Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're selling on Amazon, you already know that one of the biggest challenges isn't just finding a great product, it's getting it listed correctly. I mean, one wrong move with an ASIN or a variation, and bam, your listing is suppressed or worse. So today, we're going to break down Amazon's official rules into a super clear playbook to keep your account safe and your sales climbing. All right, let's get into it.
First up, we're going to tackle that first big decision. Do you create a new ASIN or match an existing one? Then we'll talk about the gatekeepers Amazon puts in place that can stop you in your tracks. After that, we'll navigate the super tricky maze of product variations, and trust me, this is where a lot of people mess up. We'll also cover why keeping your catalog clean is so important. And finally, we'll look at the serious consequences of getting it wrong and give you a pro seller playbook so you get it right every single time.
So let's start at the beginning, the ASIN. That's the Amazon Standard Identification Number. You know, that unique code every single product on the platform has. The second you go to list your item, you hit this fork in the road, and it's a critical one. Do you make a brand new page from scratch, or do you just add your offer to a page that's already there?
Well, the answer really comes down to your product's status. Before you even think about clicking Create Listing, you have one job: search the Amazon catalog. Is the exact item you're selling, I'm talking same brand, same model, same everything, already on there? Or are you the first person to bring this awesome new thing to the marketplace? That one simple search is going to tell you exactly what to do next. Now, the rule here is so simple, but it's amazing how many sellers get it wrong. If the product exists, you have to match your offer to it. It's not optional. Let's say you got your hands on a bunch of official Samsung 25-watt fast chargers. You do not create a new product page. Amazon's whole goal is to have one single page for each unique product. Your only job is to add your price and quantity to that existing page. Making a duplicate is a huge violation. On the other hand, if you've created your own brand of Bluetooth speaker, or you're selling something that's genuinely never been on Amazon before, then, and only then, do you get to create a new ASIN. But here's the kicker. You create one new ASIN. Just one. Not a new one for a slightly different color, and not another one when you get a new shipment. One product, one ASIN. That's the...
Okay, so you've done your research, and you've figured out you need to create a brand new ASIN. Sounds easy, right? Well, not so fast. Amazon has a couple of gatekeepers in place to protect its catalog, and you really need to know about them before you hit that button.
The first, and probably the biggest gatekeeper, is the Amazon Brand Registry. This is a program where brand owners can officially register their brand with Amazon. And let me tell you, it gives them a ton of control, especially when it comes to deciding who is allowed to create new listings for their products. And this is a perfect example of how that works. Think of a massive brand, like Apple. If you are not an authorized reseller, there is no way you can create a new listing for an iPhone. It's just not going to happen. Your only choice is to find the existing page and add your offer there. If you really want to create new listings for a brand-registered product, you have to get permission directly from the brand owner first. The second gatekeeper is a little more personal. It's your weekly ASIN creation limit. If you're a new seller, or maybe your sales volume is still pretty low, Amazon's going to put a cap on how many new listings you can create each week. They do this to stop people from just flooding the catalog with thousands of products that might not ever sell. The good news is, this limit resets every single week, so it's a constant. You just have to plan around. Okay, buckle up, because this next section is where a ton of sellers get into serious trouble. We're talking about product variations. This is when you group different versions of the same core product, like a t-shirt that comes in different sizes and colors, all onto one convenient product page. It's a fantastic tool for shoppers, but the rules are incredibly strict. So what's actually an allowed variation? Well, Amazon is super clear about this. The products have to be basically the same thing, just with minor differences. We're talking about things like size, color, maybe flavor, or a multi-pack that was bundled by the manufacturer. A men's t-shirt that comes in red, blue, and black, and in small, medium, and large, that is a perfect, textbook correct variation family. Now let's talk about what not to do. This is violation number 1, using a variation to try and cross-sell a totally different item. You absolutely cannot list a mobile phone cover as a color variation of a mobile phone. Yes, they're related, but they are not the same core product. This is a fast track to getting a policy violation. Here's another one I see all the time. An iPhone 14 is not a variation of an iPhone 13. It's a completely new model. It needs its own separate product page, its own new ASIN. Trying to add it to an older model's page just to hijack its good sales history and reviews, That is a huge no-no, and Amazon will catch you. And this one is a bit more subtle, but it is so important. Let's talk about multi-packs. You can only list a multi-pack as a variation if the manufacturer created it that way. You can't just go buy 2-3 packs of soap, tape them together, and call it a 6-pack variation of the original single bar. Amazon sees that as a seller-created bundle, and it is absolutely forbidden as a variation. So the bottom line is this. If you want to sell a multi-pack that you put together yourself, you have to treat it like it's a totally brand new, unique product. And that means creating a completely new ASIN for it and getting its own unique UPC barcode. You can't just piggyback on an existing listing.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit. We've talked a lot about creating listings, but managing the ones you already have is every bit as important. You know, a cluttered catalog full of products that just don't sell isn't just bad for your bottom line, it can actually get your account into hot water with Amazon.
Here's why you should care. Amazon's system is always watching the health of your catalog, and if it sees that you've created, say, 100 listings, but only 5 of them are actually selling anything, it raises a red flag. It views your account as just adding clutter to the marketplace. And the consequence for that? Amazon can hit pause and temporarily suspend your ability to create any new ASINs at all. The good news is there's a really simple fix. If you ever find your listing privileges have been suspended because of this, the way back is pretty clear. You just need to go into your inventory and, well, clean house. Go through and proactively delete all those listings that have 0 sales and are just collecting digital dust. Once the system sees that you've cleaned things up, your creation privileges are usually restored automatically. Now, we've gone over a lot of rules, and it can be easy to think, oh, it's just a small mistake, it won't matter that much. But you have to understand, Amazon takes these policies very seriously, and the consequences for breaking them can escalate, and they can escalate really, really fast.
This timeline right here shows you the path you absolutely want to avoid. Look, a first offense, maybe a bad variation you created by accident, might just end with that ASIN getting removed. But if it keeps happening, you could find your ability to create any new listings blocked entirely. More serious or repeated violations can lead to a full-on suspension of your selling privileges. And if you're a repeat offender, Amazon can and absolutely will permanently terminate your account. The stakes are incredibly high.
So after hearing all that, you're probably wondering, how do I just stay on the right side of all these rules? Well, we've boiled it all down into a simple pro-seller playbook. These are the key habits that will keep your account healthy and your business growing. So here it is, your cheat sheet for success. It all starts with rule number 1, always search first. If the product is already out there, just match it. If you're selling big-name brands, make sure you get authorization before you list anything. When it comes to variations, use them the right way for things like size and color, and never, ever try to create your own multi-pack variations. And finally, keep your account in good standing by regularly clearing out those listings that just aren't selling. If you follow this checklist, you're going to stay in Amazon's good graces. You know, following these rules isn't just about dodging penalties. It's about building a solid, long-term business on Amazon. It creates a better experience for customers, which, in the end, means more success for you. So, I want you to go take a hard look at your own listings. And the real question is your catalog truly ready for success?